Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. The NFL draft begins tonight, and there are a lot of Kentucky connections. So to talk some more about that, we welcome in CBS Sports' NFL draft writer Josh Edwards. Josh, thanks for being with us today.
Of course, happy to be on. Happy it's draft day. We get a little bit of a distraction from everything else that's going on in the world. So, I'm ready to go. I'm ready for the Bengals to be on the clock and see where this thing goes.
So they are on the clock. Let's start right there. Joe Burrow, the LSU quarterback and national champion, the likely pick there. But there have been some rumblings lately that maybe the Dolphins would try to put together an extreme package to get Joe Burrow to them.
If there was one team that was capable of doing it, it would be the Dolphins. They've got 3 first-round picks, an early second-round pick, so they could put together an enticing package if Cincinnati decided to move down. But, why wouldn't a team be interested in Joe Burrow? He's this fantastic quarterback, one of the best that we've seen come out in recent years. So Cincinnati, they need a quarterback. They need a face of their franchise. I understand that they're getting calls because, again, why would teams not be interested in getting a player like that? But at the same time, Cincinnati has not shown any interest to this point. Barring a unexpected surprise, I would be very shocked if Joe Burrow was not the number 1 overall pick to the Bengals tonight.
Well, let's hope that's the case, because otherwise people will fall off the Bengals bandwagon, those who are left on it anyways. I want to get to some Kentucky guys now. Lynn Bowden, he's a legend in Kentucky, right? In Kentucky football history. But I don't know that draft experts see him going much higher than, say, maybe the 4th round. Where have you got him?
So I think the sweet spot for him is going to be the 3rd round. One thing that I like to say is not all 32 teams need to value him as a potential 2nd round pick even. If there's one team that thinks he's a 2nd round caliber player, then they will feel comfortable taking him in the 2nd round. So I would not be surprised if he was taken in the 2nd round. But I think it's more likely he probably goes in the 3rd round. This is a unique talent. NFL teams will have an easy time figuring out how to use him. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He's a great wide receiver. So this is a guy that's drawn comparisons to Antoine Randall, a former Steelers receiver, but also Randall Cobb, who, like Bowden, has endeared himself to Kentucky fans as well. So this is a guy that's got tremendous upside in the NFL, and I think wherever he goes, he's grounded now. He's going to be able to make a positive impact, not only on the team that he goes to, but his son's life, the Youngstown community. I'm excited for him.
Do you think playing quarterback hurt him and his NFL chances?
I've gone back and forth on that, and I actually asked him that very question this past week, and he said, no, I think it actually helped me because I was able to show that I was able to play the quarterback position. If teams want to use me on an end around or possibly use me on a gadget play, I'm comfortable doing that. And we're seeing in the NFL now, there's so many of these positionless kind of players where you're going to be asked to wear many different hats. So a guy like Taysom Hill with the Saints this past year, he threw passes, he ran the ball. Those kind of packages are going to be there for Lynn Bowden Jr. in addition to his responsibilities as a wide receiver.
2 offensive linemen with Kentucky ties. Jed Wills, who's a Lafayette grad out of Lexington, played for Alabama. He was looking like a top 5 pick. And Logan Stenberg, if you could talk about him, the former Wildcat.
Yeah, I'm happy for both of those guys. Jedrick is probably going to be taken in the top 10. I would not expect him to go past 14th overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there's a very profitable future coming his way, and I'm excited for him, former Lafayette product. And then Logan Stenberg, a guy that I think is probably going to be taken in the 4th round. I could see him getting in the 3rd round. I could see him possibly sliding into the early parts of the 5th round, but I think the 4th round is kind of where he goes. He plays with a mean streak. He's a little bit larger than what NFL teams usually look for at the interior offensive line positions, but they love the way that he plays the game. He's a physical player. He's been well coached by John Schlarman at Kentucky. They would like to see him get the number of penalties down. He was known to get some very unnecessary penalties at Kentucky, which Big Blue Nation can certainly understand. But this is another guy who teams are excited about, and I think he's probably going to land early day 3, possibly get into day 2 there at the end.
All right, Josh Edwards with CBS Sports. We'll be watching the draft, albeit virtually tonight. Thanks so much for your insight.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, and stay safe.
All right, you too. More Hey Kentucky right after this.